let's talk about the Byakugou seal as well as the karma seal. So apparently, according to Boruto chapter 35, the karma seal and the Byakugou seal are very similar, and after thinking about it for a while, I can see the similarities here, and I now have the answer to the similarities of the karma seal and the Byakugou seal. And in fact, every single thing about it has been shown in front of us, and all you have to do is just to pick the pieces, the clues, and put them together in order to get the answer. Everything is displayed in front of us, so that's what I'm going to be revealing in this video. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, because I do Boruto videos on a weekly basis. So before we start, let's talk about the karma and the Byakugou seal, and let's talk about what they both do and then compare the differences. So the karma seal, we know, enhances your physical strength. We found this out when Boruto was fighting with Kawaki, when they were sparring in order to investigate more about the karma seal, right? So it also absorbs ninjutsus and explosions, and we can see this when Boruto first activated the karma seal fully when Kawaki was first discovered, right? So not only does it absorb ninjutsu and explosions, it also allows you to release the attacks back at your opponent. So it kind of works like Momoshiki's Rinnegan in a way, right? So it also allows you to absorb chakra, as we have seen Jigen do it in chapter 35, right? So that is so far what we know about the karma seal. Now let's talk about the Byakugou seal. So the Byakugou seal does two things. It allows you to gather your chakra and then store it inside the seal as a separate chakra reserve in your body for future use. So the chakra can be used for combat or for healing. That is basically what the Byakugou seal does. And also, another thing you can do is by physically touching someone, you can spread the Byakugou seal onto that person's body in the same way the karma seal does, and you can actually heal the person or even give them chakra, right? So those are some of the similarities between the karma seal and the Byakugou seal, right? So in chapter 35, Jigen can be seen using the karma seal to absorb the chakra of the juubi. No, he did not just absorb the juubi's chakra just like that. What he did is he first activated his karma seal in order to use that to absorb chakra from the juubi. So when he was doing that, he turned into an otsutsuki, but then he reverted back straight away. Now there's a lot happening here, and I'm gonna explain to you what is happening right now. So the reason why Jigen was turning into an otsutsuki is because when a person absorbs the juubi's chakra, right, they can achieve an otsutsuki mode, because obviously a juubi is a combination of an otsutsuki or someone with the god tree, and in this case, because this juubi has a Rinnegan, it is most likely an otsutsuki, and that is why Jigen was turning into an otsutsuki. It's because that otsutsuki that Jigen is turning into or gaining power from is that juubi, right? So the reason why Jigen reverted back to normal is because Jigen was not actually absorbing the chakra and mixing it with its own, because if you do that, then that becomes your chakra reserve, and basically you are or become an otsutsuki, right? Because your chakra is mixed with the juubi's chakra that you absorbed. The reason why Jigen didn't gain an otsutsuki form is because he did not mix the chakra he absorbed with his own. Instead, he actually stored it within his karma seal. That is why he activated his karma seal, in order to use that to absorb the chakra, so he can store it within his karma seal, and that separates his chakra reserves from the juubi's chakra reserve. And I think most likely the reason why he was turning into the otsutsuki is because, first of all, when he was absorbing it, it was going into his chakra reserve, but then he diverted it into his karma seal, because that is what he was using. And something like this has been done by someone else. It has actually been done by Sasuke before. Remember when Sasuke was fighting Naruto in their final battle at the Valley of the End? Sasuke did the same when he actually stored the chakra of the tail beasts not in him but within his Susanoo, in order to prevent himself from becoming a Jinchuriki. So you can actually drain chakra from the juubi or the tail beasts and store it within somewhere else. So the Byakugou seal acts as a separate storage for your chakra reserves, and the karma seal also acts the same way. And that is the biggest similarities between the karma seal and the Byakugou seal, and this was being done right in front of us and no one even noticed, right? So let's get on with more proof about what I just talked about. So Jigen uses the karma to store chakra so he can use it for all of his jutsus. That's the only reason why a person would want some chakra, right? So healing and storage is what connects the karma seal to the Byakugou seal, as Jigen uses it to heal himself. Remember in the manga chapter when Kawaki and Boruto were sparring, right? Kashin Koji actually questioned himself after seeing Boruto heal, and he was wondering if the healing was actually Boruto's ability or if it actually came from his karma seal, and he even compared it to Jigen's healing ability. So clearly here we can see that Jigen can heal himself, or he has a healing ability, and Kashin Koji was wondering if Boruto's karma seal can do the same thing with healing as Jigen's ability can. So he was wondering if their karma seals were the same, and that's basically what I'm talking about here. That confirms that Jigen has a healing ability, and that also confirms that you can absorb chakra into the karma seal and use it as a separate storage, and use the chakra to either boost yourself in terms of power or to heal yourself. Like I said before, the karma seal can be spread onto someone else's body like Jigen did to Kawaki, and the Byakugou seal can also be spread onto someone else's body by physically touching them, like what Sakura did to Obito when they were trying to find Sasuke by opening different dimensions, right? So I'm going to leave you with this. It's been said that Otsutsukis harvest chakra from the god trees in order to do two things. Number one is to gain power and increase their chakra reserves, and number two is to prolong their lives. And that is exactly what Jigen is doing here. We know that Jigen knows the history of Otsutsuki's because he put those on his shrine. He knows about Kaguya and Momoshiki, and remember, these people are ancient beings who have dedicated their lives to harvesting the fruit of the god trees. It takes 1,000 years for a tree to produce a fruit, right? So the fact that they have patiently harvested thousands of trees basically tells you about the age of these Otsutsuki's, which Jigen knows everything about. So Jigen knowing everything about them and more, for example, the other pair on the shrine that have been erased, this is proof of how long Jigen actually has been around. And with that being said, that proves two things. Number one, it's either he's not a human being and he is an alien from another planet, and number two, he actually has found a way to prolong their lives. And as we said before, Otsutsuki's do use the chakra fruit or chakra in general from the god trees in order to prolong their lives. So Jigen, by absorbing the chakra of the juubi, who is basically a god tree, uses the chakra to number one heal, and number two prolong his life, and number three uses that to enhance his power. Now the reason why I believe Jigen came down in chapter 35 to the juubi in order to absorb chakra is because he is getting ready to fight, right? Because he said he's going to visit Boruto and Kawaki and collect them. So by doing that, I don't think it's going to be easy. He's either going to have to fight Sasuke where he is, or he's going to have to face Naruto. Anyways, that is the connection between the Byakugou seal and the karma seal. The connections and all the information regarding all of this was shown right in front of us in this chapter, as well as previous chapters of Boruto. So click on the left for a video where I reveal the identity of Kaguya's partner, and click on the right for proof that Momoshiki is still alive. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you next time, because the next video is gonna be about Jigen. I have nothing more to say, and bye.